What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So something I've realized is I've been wearing like the same makeup in every single one of my videos so far. I have like the pink eyeshadow. Sorry, you're just gonna have to roll with it. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Whatever, you can probably hear my AC too. For today's video, I wanted to read some scary stories, and I decided to do stories from Reddit. I just want everyone to know that these are not my stories. I'll be linking down in the description box every story that I read and like the link to it. I just want to give credit where it's due because obviously. So for this one, I saw on Reddit and I was like, yeah, I totally want to read this. What is the scariest thing to happen to you when you've been home alone? We are going to scroll down and try and get some good ones. I read a reply just now and it says, "This is terrifying but kind of funny. It was a hot summer and my parents went to a wedding. I had a project to do and it was like 1 a.m. and silent until a random drunk dude crawled in through my window with a bottle and blush face. I was 20 feet away at my desk from the window and we both just stared at each other. He was flustered and said, 'Oh, sorry there, kid, wrong house,' and attempts to leave the way he came. He was drunk and dizzy, so I helped him by pushing him out of the window. I thoroughly shut it and stared at it for 2 hours until my parents came home." And then an edit is, oh, we don't need to read the edit. But just imagine, no, that is terrifying, like actually, but like just imagine you're just chilling at home by yourself and some fucking drunk dude just walks in through your window. No. Okay, we're gonna go into the next one. It was spooky movie night at a friend's and we were 3 movies deep. Just finished watching Dark Skies. I was hungry, so I was like, alright, getting my leftovers. So I went downstairs by myself. When I closed the fridge, I caught movement out of the corner of my eye. When I turned to see what it was, there was a ghostly white skeletal thing just staring at me from outside the patio, with shimmering hazy lights pulsing behind it. I fucking freaked, dropped my food and run up the stairs nearly in tears, babbling about someone or something in the backyard. Turns out it was just my own reflection mixed with the lights and steam from the hot tub outside, but I've never been so scared in my life. See, this is the kind of paranoia I have. I'm like, I see one little thing and I'm like, that was paranormal. There was something to prove it, so. Okay, next one. I was actually at a friend's house when her parents weren't home. We were maybe 10. It was her, my sister, her sisters, and me. We decided to go swimming. There had been a rash of burglaries lately, but mostly garages were being broken into. Anyway, we were in the pool when we noticed the kitchen light turn on. It was the evening. We assumed her parents, so we looked in the window to do something stupid to get their attention when we realized we do not know the individual in the house. We hid behind the wall of the pool, above ground, terrified until her parents finally came home. It appeared as though he got spooked as he only ransacked the kitchen and left the garage door wide open when fleeing. So I'm just gonna talk about my experience. I've never had anyone broken in to my house, but one time me and my brother were home alone and we heard the garage door open, and for some reason we thought it was like someone else other than one of my parents, and so we were both hiding with knives in our hands, and my dad walks in and I'm like looking out, and then I like jump out with a knife and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. Thought there was someone else in the house. Okay, I might read, let's see, what are we at? I'll read 2 more. My parents let me walk home from school alone when I was in 4th grade. In my now adult opinion, that's way too young. So I walk home from school, house is empty till about 5 when my parents get home. So I'm doing my usual routine, Mountain Dew, Code Red, Doritos 3Ds, and Toonami on Cartoon Network. So I'm only home for about 3 minutes when I hear a knock at the door. 99% of the time I stay quiet and just wait for whoever to leave. But for whatever reason, I actually go to the door and call out, "Who is it?" Stranger dude voice on the other side, "Hey, it's your buddy Mike." I don't have a grown-ass buddy. Wait. I don't have a grown-ass man buddy Mike. I'm in 4th grade. My shit goes cold. Heart in my throat. Goosebumps. Cannot move. Paralyzed. Terrified. Dude says again, "Hey, open the door. We gotta go." And he jiggles the door handle really hard. Then he knocks again. Bam, bam, bam. Jiggles the door handle hard again. I'm still like 1 foot away from the door. I actually never moved since all of this started because I didn't want him to hear my footsteps. But you already literally called out, "Who's there? Who is it?" After a minute of silence, I heard a car door close and him drive away. I'm still freaked the fuck out for the next hour. And worst thing was, I was now super paranoid about walking to from school because obviously he followed me that day and I had no idea I was being tailed. I wasn't being left home alone when I was in 4th grade. I started being left home alone. Well, I mean, getting home from school, I wasn't left home alone until maybe like 7th grade. But like, yeah, I agree. But also, I had an older brother, so he's like 2.5 years older than me. So he was in like 9th grade. So obviously he was old enough to be home by himself without parents, but a 4th grader home alone by themselves for like a few hours, especially if there's a kidnapper and like he's looking for his next victim, like the perfect victim is going to be a little kid that's left home alone without parents. They're lucky. Okay, I'm just gonna read one more because I can't remember. We lived outside a rural town. I can't say that word. We lived outside a rural town, and my mother always told my father not to leave me home unsupervised because it was a 20-minute drive from town if some accident were to occur. Anyway, my dad was a completely irresponsible parent, and so he ignored that advice and instead left me at home by myself at age 7. That's 2nd grade. That's even worse than 4th grade. Like, however, before he left to go back to a meeting, he explained how to load and cock his 12-gauge shotgun under his bed with buckshot and told me if anyone comes to the door and tried to break in, shoot them. Literally in 2nd grade. You can't be... Oh my god. Fast forward a couple hours, my mother calls him and asks how everything is going. He says I'm home alone. She loses her mind and rushes out of work to come home and get me. In her rush, she forgets her house keys. So she gets home and starts banging on the front door. I didn't hear her voice at all, so being the obedient child I am, I go to my parents' room, load the shotgun, and bring it towards the door. I cock it and I don't know if my mom heard it or what, but she suddenly stopped banging and yelled my name instead. It's probably the only reason she's alive today. I was really scared before I knew it was her, but I assumed my dad was smart and told me the right thing to do. That's bad parenting 101, guys. Like, it's bad enough to leave a 4th grader by themselves for a few hours. But like, for who knows how long this kid was alone for. 7 years old. If I were to accidentally shoot my mom, I would... Ah! Okay guys, so that's my video for this week. Like talking, uploading, reading, but it's fun. But anyways, let me know if anyone likes seeing this kind of stuff, because I like this kind of stuff. I like reading stuff. Reddit especially, it's addicting. I love Reddit. And just like scary stories in general, creepypastas, stuff like that. If you have any scary stories that you want me to read, I'm so down. Just send them. I'll read them. See you guys later. Yes, this is my bedroom. Bye!